Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marathon Mondays with Mal, episode 345, Coach 1380 in all of its glory, a new H3 double slide. Stick with us. This is going to be really fun today because we're going to go through it. We're going to go through all the new features of the new cockpit. So if you haven't seen what Marathon has done with the new H3 from Prevost and built on this incredible new H3 platform, wait till you see what Marathon has done in the cockpit. We're going to do that today. We're also looking at this amazing, just completed coach. The delivery is probably going to happen in the next couple of weeks with the owner. So a big congratulations to them. This is a fantastic coach. Other than that, hope you had a good Thanksgiving. And we're just going to roll right into the coach. But I wanted you to get a really good look at the exterior of this coach. And also Abigail's turkey display out here. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I just love what we've done on this coach. We're going to quickly walk through the floor plan, and then we're going to settle ourselves in the cockpit. But when you first walk in, there's a couple of things that stand out, and I'm going to show you those before we go in. The new Prevost exterior mirrors are on the side here. And then right above, you see the electronic mirrors. That's right. So you've got two sets of mirrors. Talking with Dave Bash, those electronic mirrors are incredible, especially at night. So you've got two different options. New front end. The windshield is, I don't know, it's like 11 or 12 inches longer. But isn't that it's just a beautiful front end. They really, really took the time to put together a nice update on the Prevost H3. All right. You'll see some subtle differences in this area also as far as how far the window comes forward here. And then one of the things that really grabbed me the first time I saw the new cockpit is not only how far that door opens and gives you a lot of space of getting in and out, but take a look at that entryway with the backlit. The stairwell actually curves in towards the left or in towards the floor plan. Isn't that cool? And if it doesn't show up on camera, you can believe me or not, but it literally has a slight move inwards towards the left. We're going to head on in. We're actually going to go all the way to the back of the coach, and then I'm going to give you a tour from the back all the way to the cockpit. It's going to be a little bit longer show today because we're going to spend some time in that driver's seat. Let's go. Here we are in the bedroom. We're starting from the very rear of the coach. This is a beautiful floor plan. I want you to see this floor. Heated floors throughout. I love the size of the tiles. The grout lines are like perfect in this coach. Such a great floor plan also. Look at how much natural light is behind the bed. And this is with the bed articulated all the way up to create more space here in the bedroom. But it's got all this natural light, beautiful sconce lights, which I turned off already. However, storage all over. Adjustable. Adjustable. Love that. Rear bath, really nice, but one of the things we don't show quite enough is with that door actually shut, it's really a cool way of just closing off that rear half bath, because this is a bunk coach. Bath and a half with bunks, with a facing dinette and two jackknifing sofas. Fantastic. More adjustable shelving. And then right behind you, Michelle, is what I call the double closet. It's actually a shirt closet with long drawers here, but also it's got shelves over here. They're not big, but it's utilization of space from an engineering standpoint. You got a little bit of room because the slide out ends right here. This is actually a pocket door. Isn't that cool? It's got a little check me mirror right there. Where am I? Bed door? I would say so. Yeah, those are nice and deep shelves too. Into the midship, double bunks. I love the style of these bunks. We saw in 1378 some really nice bunks. Equally as nice, of course, you know that that top bunk goes all the way down to create storage if you don't want to use it for bunks. And then I'll let you get some shots of the water closet. Because this floor plan has a bath and a half, and I mean, this is the floor plan on an H3 double slide that gives up nothing. Checks all the boxes. A bath and a half. King size bed in the bedroom. How about 2 bunks right here? Okay. A facing dinette. But before we move any further, washer dryer right behind this backlit feature. I'll let you come this way. Full size, of course, Fisher-Paykel refrigerator freezer. Good storage throughout the entire galley. And of course, a facing dinette. And you guys know Dave Bash and I were in here this morning, and him and I were talking, sitting here. This is just a really comfortable situation. And of course, it moves out so you can create more space for guests. If you need 4 people, you got room for 4 easily in here. If you need room for 6, these extend out, the table extends out. Drop the leaf in, drop the seat leaves in, off you go with additional seating. Another thing, the natural light, you guys. It's just phenomenal in these Prevos. All of these shades that you see here, when these are opened, the natural light that comes through in this Salon, Galley, and dinette area is incredible. I like this too. This is a cool, I like that feature. 2 jackknifing sofas. So if you've got a family, if you've got grandkids, bunks, king size bed, jackknifing sofas, literally you're 2, 4, 6 people comfortably in this coach. A total of 6 comfortably, more if needed. Heated floors throughout. Fireplace too adds great ambiance. There is nothing that is forgotten in this coach. Articulating what I call the 32-inch side TV. It's called the Salon slide out TV, but it's the side TV, but also you have the one right over the cockpit. You guys know that one. We don't need to pull it down. We're going to get in the cockpit. I'm going to show you some of the top changes in this new cockpit. First of all, as you can see, the steering wheel. One of the things that if you're an H3 owner or an X3 owner, it used to be very hard to find up on the firewall how to adjust the steering wheel. And also, it wasn't that adjustable. Now, it's even more adjustable. Take a look at this. In and out, up and down, just like it should be. And it's so much easier because it's actually a pedal. It's not air actuated. So that's really nice to have. All kinds of new features on the steering wheel. And as you can see, this is actually the laminate that matches throughout the cockpit. I really like how Marathon put the logo in the middle here. As you can see, these are here on the pillars, on the pillar here and on the middle pillar. Those are for your E-mirrors. The mirrors are at the top, so you can easily see the new Prevo side mirrors or the static mirrors, and then you've got the E-mirrors right here. Better flow from the air conditioning at the cockpit. One of the things, if you've ever been in the cockpit of an X or an H, you know that the air conditioning at the cockpit level for the driver was not as good as experience as it should be. Updated flow or a better flow coming out of all of these vents for the driver. It's a much needed experience. Also, cup holders. Everybody knows, and we're going to get into our snack tray, which is right here, but everybody knows that when you're driving, and sometimes you drive for an hour and sometimes you drive for 8 hours a day or 6, you need the capacity to have things like a cup holder. You got one here. They finally have one over here. This is a really nice upgrade to actually have a cup holder over here. Coin window, larger. The coin window is over here. It's actually a larger, not a lot, but it is a little bit larger, which is really nice for getting in and out when you're, they call it the coin window or the toll window. But also you can actually communicate with someone who's ground guiding you or someone else outside the coach a little bit better because it is a little bit bigger. One of the bigger features that a lot of people are really liking is the new key fob. The new key fob from Prevost for the H3 is right there. And it's a push button start, okay? There's no little key anymore. It's all electronic to a push button start, just like you would see in your modern day car. In your modern day Prevost, that's what you have now. So you can have the key fob wherever in storage. Now, storage is a big thing for me. I said that, I think, right before we went live. I love storage. Here's a storage bin. It actually locks just with the placement of a key. You can lock it just like that. See, that's locked. So you can actually lock something up in this storage bin. Unlock it. And it's got chargers in there. So you could put phones in there. You could put other items in there, but it's got some USB chargers in there. There's actually 3 of them. One of those USBs is integrated into the infotainment center, which is definitely something to explore. But that's a cool feature to be able to do that. Now, storage. Right across from the co-pilot, and I'll show you just how easy I can adjust this and get out of the way, is the Prevost storage bins have been wrapped in leather for the Marathon cockpit. It's not a lot of storage, but it's cool storage, man. It's right across from the co-pilot. As you're entering or exiting the coach, you've got storage bins right here. You can put your dog leash, you can put your phone, you can put whatever you need to put in those areas. If you are a creature of habit, you can throw, your wallet, your phone, whatever you need to throw in there, and you always know that it's there whether you're entering or exiting. Ah, this is cool. It's a check me mirror for the driver. Check this out. Isn't that cool? So what you have here is a little storage for sunglasses. You can tuck your sunglasses in here. So when you're driving, sometimes, and drivers, you know this, sometimes you need those sunglasses. And sometimes you don't. Right there. You've got a spot that we created right here in the pillar for it. Now, how about a mirror? So you can check yourself before. Yeah, make sure you look as cool as you need to right here. But how about a light for it? Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? I love it. And then when it doesn't even know it's there. There's one of these for the co-pilot too. The map light is right there, recessed into the top. There's your button. You guys remember how we used to have the craning neck rubber ducky style? You can either blink it like this, or you can hold it in. Isn't that cool? All right. I love it. Okay, now, moving on. What else can I show you? Lots more features out of the smart buttons on the steering wheel. Okay, your cruise control is all right here. Cruise control power, your set, your resume, it's all right here. Flashing your flasher lights or your docking lights, or we used to be on the end here. It's actually right here. So you can flash your headlights either by doing this or by doing this. You can flash your docking lights just by doing that. Very cool. Also, it's got some Bluetooth setup buttons here for your smartphone. Controls for the vehicle go here on the left-hand side. Controls for the audio go here on the right-hand side of the driver. So this is all based, for the most part, on the music that is being played at the time. This is the new snack tray. How cool is this? So in the H3, the snack tray, for those of you who will remember, there was a bar that came down and went like this, and we had a smaller snack tray that would literally go, come around, and it was a small area. And it's been one of the things that a lot of drivers or a lot of owner-operators talked about. This is tucked away when you don't need it so that you can get in and out of the coach pretty easy. But when you need it and you're driving, you've got it here. You've got storage here that is revealed when you pivot this around. And then take a look at this. This is a phone holder and a charger at the same time. It can work here. It can work here. Either location, it works. Expands for a larger phone or an iPad on side view, but that's really cool. Also, this charges, whether it be through the charging port here that goes through this to this connector or this connector, but also it's got a USB built in right there. That's cool, right? And it works here for the driver, or when you pivot it away, there it goes. It's gone. So it can go either way. Cup holder, snack tray area right there. Love it. While you're up, let's take a look at the co-pilot seat to display what, in my opinion, was a really needed feature in all luxury coaches, including the Marathons. Take a look at these beautiful seats. Ventilated and heated. Now, historically, these have had massage features. Now, we have moved to having ventilated or cooled. I mean, it's not air conditioned. Don't get it twisted. These are not air conditioned. That means you would have to have an air conditioning unit within the seat. These are ventilated like most cars are. Most cars do not have air conditioned seats. They have ventilated seats. These are ventilated seats and heated. And yes, it works, and it works very well. A great upgrade. Lots more room over here. A full plug-in with USB inside the storage tray. And this is a charging platform. So you could set your phone here, or even on the snack tray. As you see how it's got this right here, you can set your phone right there. So this also will charge it. If you don't want to put it here or in here plugged in, lots of options. Really cool. It's cool, right? Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Don't let me forget to show you at the end of the show the hidden umbrella storage. Boop. Okay. Now, back to the infotainment. I know we're going on a little bit long today, but this is such an incredible update. So stick with this because it's brilliant. Okay, here we go. There's your standard Crestron tablet. It controls what we have in the coach. You know, so air conditioning and lighting and whatever you need. Now, I wake up the new infotainment by just touching the screen. And you see how many features are around the bezel of this screen. And this is a good size screen, and with the two of them integrated, it's really a clean look. That's another thing. This is not a gaudy, you don't look like you just sat down at the Mission Impossible desk and you're about to, execute the mission. This is a really clean infrastructure to the cockpit of the new H3 from Marathon. There's so many features in here. I'm going to show you many of them right now. So let's start first by the leveling system. The leveling system is now in the screen here. So you can literally, if the coach is on, you can literally toggle between travel, manual, and auto and level the coach as needed. How about Bluetooth phone? Something that's been very much needed is the capability to make calls, take calls, and pair your phone in the cockpit. Big ups to the design engineers here at Marathon for integrating that into this new infotainment. Okay, back over here, audio. Audio's off right now, but we also have satellite radio. Dave and I were listening to the radio earlier today about Oregon football this morning, but also with the Bluetooth connectivity. You know, a lot of you do a lot of streaming, Apple Music or Spotify or whatever app you use to get your streaming music. That can be integrated completely into the infotainment center here. Climate controls. So the coach needs to be on to be able to manipulate that, but there it is. Shades, let's look at this. The day shades are down here in front of me, and let's just raise it up. All I do is hold that up, and there it goes. Take my finger off and it stops. I can toggle over to this side, which is the co-pilot, and I can drop it down. Or bring it back up. You can manipulate the shades in the cockpit right from this infotainment center. And of course, all the shades can be manipulated on the bottom Crestron tablet right here in the cockpit, but also all the way over here, you've got the hard buttons, which are also updated, you guys. These rocker buttons feel differently than the old style. They've got a nice textile feel to them. Very cool. How about the cameras? This is a cool feature. So I hit cameras, nothing comes up. Look at that. But I have to select a camera when the coach is turned off. Take a look at this. Let's look out the front. We can look at the front. Let's look out the rear, see what's going on back there. I just heard the brake. See everybody headed off to brake. Isn't that great? And of course, because it's a 360 camera, you can see overhead, which is always a really neat thing. We're here in the display stall. I see Abigail outside. She's down out there stretching her legs. Or we could go to the quad view, which gives us 4 different views. This is pretty important when it comes to parking. And I'm only kind of scratching the surface. There's a lot more, especially when it comes to audio, visual, music, and things like that. I got to give a lot of props to our engineering team. Jay Graham worked on this for a long time, I know, and a lot of our staff upstairs. So really cool to see it all come to play. Here's another one. There's so many different things. They just come to me. Here's another one that's really cool. So for those of you who are X or H owners, that emergency brake is way back here. And sometimes you got to get a stick. We've literally have built a stick for people to push on it, to push it down. It's now so much easier. It's right here. It's just a little pole, a push pull right down here. Isn't that cool? Pull to park. I can dig it. Man. Oh, another thing. So your transmission retarder, it's kind of the new version of a Jake brake. Can you dig it? So the transmission retarder on here is all right up here. It used to be you would have to select it and turn it on with a smart button on the wheel. It's all right here out of this out of this stick. So you turn it on here, and then you've got 1 through 6 for your transmission retarder. It's all integrated right here. So you don't have to turn it on here. You can literally do it all right here and select as you drive. That's so cool. We'll be doing a driving video later to actually show you some of these features when we're driving, but because this coach is going to deliver here probably within the next week or so, we didn't want to take it out because it's so pretty. But that is 1380. That's the floor plan, which is absolutely amazing. This is one of those coaches that isn't missing a thing in a double slide, you guys. 6 people comfortably sleeping, 2 jackknifing sofas, 2 bunks, king size bed, heated floors, heated seats, ventilated seats. What else? I mean, it's so cool. I love it. I love it. Amazing paint job. It's just so cool. We won't get into the bays because the bays are outfitted too to the customer's specs. So there's a lot of exciting things when it comes to the new H3. So I'm just so glad I've been gone for a couple of weeks with having this cold and also down south. So it's cool to come back and be able to show you guys the latest from not only Marathon but from Prevost. And there's only, I don't know, 4 of these new H3s out there that are driving around. So pretty sweet to see. I think Abigail's got a question for us, so break it down, girl.
This one I don't know for sure if it's easy to answer, but I know a little bit about it. What internet provider is used for the new coaches? Can they be configured with Starlink?
Yes, talk about lobbing an easy one to me. I love it. Starlink, gotta have it, right? That's kind of the buzzword right now when it comes to what are you putting in your coaches. A lot of our owners are going to Starlink. So the Starlink system for internet capabilities, a lot of people like it. Do your research. Do your research, my friends. Talk to other owners. There's the Prevost community or Prevost owners group. There's a lot of groups out there. I see a lot of it on Facebook, and I think it's great. You guys are sharing a lot of information. Marathon can make a suggestion to you, whether you have a pre-owned coach or you're buying a new coach. It's something like this Coach 1380. We can make suggestions to you, but Starlink is the latest and greatest thing that people are talking about. Whether it's for you or not, I don't know. But yes, there are all kinds of capabilities. Some people prefer just to go down to the Verizon store. We had an owner last week that went down to the Verizon store and bought just the box so they could have a little
Hotspot.
Thank you. Michelle came up with it. The hotspot. You put the hotspot on the counter and off you go running. But yes, that's a really good question. We can make suggestions to you, but the best thing that I'm going to suggest, ask other owners. Ask people that have Starlink. Ask people that have other internet providers. Find out what they're doing and how successful it's been for them. Or not. Anyway, that's good. Any other thoughts? All right. Well, this has been really exciting for me, and there's so many things, and we didn't even hit them all. In fact, let's get out of the coach now because I got one other cool thing to show you. Okay, check this out. As you're walking in and out, you already know you've got the stairwell here. You've got the new storage here, right here. All this leather wrap. This is so beautiful. Okay, here's another thing I want to point out. This handle, first of all, runs where it needs to run. I've seen some handles that are in areas that don't work for you. You're not going to use a handle down here. You need a handle of where you need to grab when you come in and out. All along up here. And this is leather wrapped. Important for a couple of different reasons. This looks really good, and it's a handle that's kind of hidden into the dash because it's the same color. But also, one thing that we were seeing was people wear rings, and that dipping looks beautiful on day one, and it lasts a long time. It's pretty durable, but after a while we were seeing that it could chip. This is leather. it can be repaired, it can be replaced a lot easier than the dipping of the handles that we used to do. Now, check this out. As you're walking in and out, here's a little, it's kind of hidden right here, but take a look inside there. Umbrella storage. Now me, you know, I look at Manifest Destiny because there's a whole lot more room in there other than for these two, but it literally has a cradle for 2 little umbrellas, which is awesome. And for someone who's an Oregonian, and everybody knows all over the world that Oregon is known for its rain, umbrellas in the coach and an Oregonian made product like the Marathon coach, absolutely needed and very cool touch that our engineering team integrated right there. That's it. That's Coach 1380, you guys. So glad to be back at the mothership. We are building the best luxury coaches in the world here. I think this coach really shows it. Coach 1380 is a good example of the power of Marathon. All the coaches are built right here in this big building. If you've never been to Oregon and taken the tour, you need to. I want to show you why Marathon is the biggest and best luxury coach builder on the Prevost chassis platform. Be yourself and do good things. Reach out to me if you're looking to get into a coach. Don't forget, I don't just hang out on the videos with you guys. I sell these things. This is my job, to be a salesman. MalW, M-A-L-W at marathoncoach.com. Before we go, I got to tell you about a pre-owned coach that just came into our grouping. Coach 1212, a fantastic triple slide down in the desert. This is a coach that I'll be bringing you a video as soon as I get down to the desert, but this is a great coach. If you're looking to get into a 7 or 8 year old triple slide, 2 in the front, well-maintained H3 triple slide, this is a great opportunity, Coach 1212. Reach out to me if you're interested in that. We'll be bringing you videos, and that'll be up on the website probably this week. MalW at marathoncoach.com. Be yourself and do good things. Coach 1380. I'm excited. Take care.